All right, we're looking at percent increase and decrease. So percent increase would be if something is increasing up, or decrease would be it's increasing down. So percent of change is what we're going to be looking at to determine if it's increase or decrease, and to find our percent of increase or decrease. So the percent of change is a percent of a quantity increase or decrease from its original price. Okay, so to find percent of change, you are going to use proportions. So the proportion here is going to be set up as the amount of change over original amount is equal to percent change over 100. So once again, percents are always over 100. So the amount of change equals the new amount minus original amount. And it's going to be this way for an increase, when the new amount is going to be greater than the original amount. Because our percent of change is always going to be positive. So if the new amount is less than the original amount, you're going to get a negative number here, causing your percent of change to be negative. But since we can't have that, we'll have to rearrange this when we're looking at decrease. Okay, so just quick how this works. If we've got, let's say, something that was $40 and it goes to $65. Okay, so to find our amount of change, we're going to take 65 minus 40 over 40. That's going to give us our amount of change, and that's going to be equal to percent of change over 100. Okay, so that would be 25 over 40 is equal to percent change over 100, which then is going to equal 2500 is equal to 40x, and then last step we divide by 40 to both sides. So you always divide by the coefficient, which is the number in front of the variable. And so what we would get there, it would be 62.5%. And that would be an increase. That would be increasing. And just to know that it's increasing, I'm going to draw an arrow going up. Okay. And so that's how you find the percent of change. And then just note whether it's increasing or decreasing. So its original amount was 40 to 65. So the change was greater than the original, telling us that was an increase. Okay. So to find the percent of change, so here's another example. For students that enrolled, that went from 120 to 150. So originally there was 120 students, enrollment went to 150. So we notice that the second number is greater. This is going to be percent increase. So amount of change is going to be 150 minus 120 over the original, which was 120. And that's going to be equal to our percent change over 100. Okay, so 150 minus 120 is going to leave us with 30. That's going to be over 120. That's going to equal percent change over 100. Okay, and I'm just going to change percent change x. I'm just going to say this equals x. So now we can go 30 over 120 is equal to x over 100. Take the cross product, which would be 3,000 is equal to 120x. once again, to solve for x, we divide by the coefficient, which is the number in front of the variable. This is going to leave us with x is equal to, so 25% increase. Oops, I wouldn't need the decimal because this is now a percent. And that is increasing, so it's going up. So it's the difference between the new amount and the original over the original. And then timesing that by 100 gives us our percent change. Okay, so one way to think of percent increase, that is when the change is greater, is in sales terms they use markup. So what's the markup value? So they're getting a product for a price and they mark it up to make money. So the markup is equal to selling price minus original price. So how this looks, you got a store, they get walkie-talkies for $14.85 each, and then they turn around and sell them for $19.90. So we're going to take our $19.90 minus our $14.85, and we're going to put that over our original price, which is $14.85. So that's going to equal our percent of change, or our markup, percent of markup, over 100. Okay, and so now this is equal to 5.05 over 1485. That's equal to x over 100. You can take the cross product. So 100 times 5.05 equals 505. And that's going to equal 14.85 x. Okay, we've done cross product, or first we found amount of change, and now and we've put that over the original. Then we take cross product, and now last step is solve for percent markup. So once again, you're going to divide by the coefficient, which is the 1485. That'll leave us with x is equal to about 34%. Okay, so when you take 505 divided by 1484, it's close to 34%. So that will be the markup. They are increasing the price. They're making 34% profit on each sale. Okay, so one more, find the percent of markup for a headset that a store buys for $17.95 and sells for $35.79. So go ahead and take some time and try and solve this on your own, and then you can click on to continue and see if what you got matches my answer. So, all right, so to find our percent markup, you take our new price minus our original price, put that over our original price. That's equal to our percent markup over 100. Okay, so that's going to be 35.79 minus 17.95. So 35.79 minus 17.95 is going to give us 17.84 over 17.95. Okay, so seeing that these numbers are really close to each other, that's going to tell us this percent markup should be close to 100. So we take the cross product, and we're going to get 100 times 17.84, which equals 1,784. And that's going to be equal to 17.95 x. Okay, once again, last step, we divide by the coefficient, the number in front of the variable. And when we do that, we are left with x is equal to 99.4%. Okay, and once again, these two numbers are really close to the same. So when you divide those, that's going to be pretty close to 100%. Okay, and so that's just markup. The new price minus original over original price. And then you're pretty much timesing that by 100. Okay, so that was markup. So the other side would be the percent decrease. So when the change is less than the original, this is known as a discount in sales or percent decrease. And so discount equals original price minus new price. So if you'll notice, this is flopped from the above. And the reason for that, once again, is we need the percent to be positive. Even if it's a percent decrease, it's still a positive percent. Okay, so you'll see this in stores when things go on discount. So a keyboard is $49.99 originally, and it's on sale for $34.99. That's supposed to be what? That's supposed to be discount. I'll worry about that later. Okay, so now we're going to set this up the same way as the other ones, except we're just switching to find the difference around. So now it's going to be the original price minus the discounted price, but it's still over the original price, $49.99. Okay, that's going to be equal to x over 100. And then we can take our cross product and solve. So when we subtract, we get $15 over $49.99, 100. And when you take the cross product, you get 15. So 100 times 15 gives us 1,500. And that's going to be equal to $49.99 x. Solve for x. Divide both sides by the coefficient. And then you're left with x is equal to about 30%. So about 30% decrease or discount. And so that's how you do that's how you find the percent of decrease or the percent of discount. So we've got a couple more here that we're just going to do. So find the percent of discount for a given price and sale price for the given price and sales price. So original is 70, sales price is 63. So when it's a decrease, it is the original minus the sales price over original is equal to x over 100. So 70 minus 63 gives us, not 13, gives us 7. When you take the cross product, you get 700 is equal to 70x. We divide by 70, the coefficient, and we get x is equal to 10%. And we know that that's a decrease. I'm sorry. Give me a second to just look over that. Okay, next one. Original price is 110. Sales price is 88. So original minus discounted price over 110 is equal to x over 100. Okay, once again, you have cross product. 100 minus 88, that's going to be 12 plus 10, so that'd be 22 over 110 is equal to x over 100. You're going to get 2200 over 110 is equal to, 110 over x. I just left the 110 over there because we're going to divide both sides by 110. This is going to leave us with x is equal to 20%. Okay, so that was, once again, decrease. So now, these next two, we're just going to find the percent of change and tell whether it is increasing or decreasing. So now it just gives what the original to the new amount. So 56 to 78. 78 is greater, so this is going to be a increase. So we find the amount of change. Except what I did is I put it over the new price, not the original. It's equal to x over 100. Okay, and then so 78 minus 56 is going to be 22 over 56 equal to x over 100. So then we have 2200 over 56 is equal to 56x. Once again, you divide both sides by the coefficient 56. I keep forgetting to write this without it at first, but you are going to divide both sides by 56 to solve for x. So x is equal to 39.3%. And that is an increase. So I'll draw the arrow pointing up. Okay, and we'll just do this next one and call that good. So you've got 150 to 147. Okay, notice the second term here is less. So that is going to mean that this is a decrease. So amount of change is going to be 150 minus 147. And the original is 150. So that's going to be equal to x over 100. And that's going to give us 3 over 150 is equal to x over 100. Okay, so that is going to give us 300. So the cross product 3 times 100 gives us 300. That's going to be equal to 150x. So once again, the cross product here, 150 times x gives us 150x. And then to solve, we divide by the coefficient, the number in front of the variable, and 300 divided by 150, x equals 2%. Right, and that's solving for percent of increase and decrease. Also, it might be referred to as percent discount or percent markup.